Hey Sagittarius, I'm Leona Nicole Black, and this is your general tarot reading for June 2019. It applies to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, okay? Not Mars or Venus for this particular reading. So, your cards are beautiful. I feel like there's been certain readings I've done this month that have been very esoteric. Aries, Pisces, and now yours. There might have been others, but those are like most prominent in my mind. Maybe even Libra. I feel when I say that they're esoteric, I feel like the messages are hitting on such a spiritual level that everybody should watch them, because we all have this energy, right? So in our birth charts, it's all in some aspects of our life that we express this particular vibration. And for me, Sagittarius is in my sixth house, right? Health, work, duty, chores, service. So I'm going to get into your cards. They're really something. I want to say before I do that we do have the AStROMIXER on June 21st. It's coming Friday. Doors open at 7:30. It's at the Curtin Hotel, and it's an astrology games night for self-aware and soulful adults. You are so welcome to come. There are just a few tickets left, and you can get them on my website, nicoleblack.com/shop. Okay. Sag, your reading's really interesting. I was saying to Pisces that you don't get the same aesthetic that I gave to all the other signs, because there was something about the energy today where I needed to be near nude. Like I said, if I could have come with no clothes on altogether, I would have. It just isn't appropriate for me to be fully naked. But there is just something so stripped back, so pure and so plain that was required of me today in order to deliver this message. You have, right, first two cards out of the deck, Hanged Man and the Star card. And this is really important because as soon as I saw these cards, the reason I pulled them apart is because the first message that came to me was the gap between the two, the space between the two, the space between the karmic loop, the space between the thing we do over and over and over again, the space between the lessons we repeat, the space between the things we have to observe and analyze until we get it, and the place in which we can embody our hopes, dreams, and wishes, in which we can go on the journey to truly expressing the visionary, groundbreaking, structure breaking, innovative version of God through us. Big space between these things. And we want to understand how we get from here to here. And that's why I'm saying this reading is very esoteric, because we all need to know this. But you particularly are teaching us this, and it's so important because we've got this Sagittarius full moon tomorrow, and I'm very much more solar oriented right now. I don't feel very strong. I mean, I cycle with the moon, but I don't. There's something around, like, emotionally, I'm not that tuned into the moon. I'm much more solar right now. But this particular full moon is special. I feel it. The energy of it is very special. And you are, because it's in Sagittarius, you are like the front lines of what's happening here. And you are definitely teaching us at a very important lesson. And you're not teaching through word. You're not teaching through instruction. You're teaching with your life. So as you learn this lesson, those in your orbit, those in your soul family, those in your blood family, those in your workspaces are going to see this in you, and they're going to go, got it, I got it. So what's the gap between the karmic loop and the embodiment and expression of God's vision for us, seeing our hopes, dreams, and wishes fulfilled? Firstly, it's Three of Cups. There is a need for the pouring out of emotion this month. There is the need for the pouring out of emotional communication. This is Mercury in Cancer. There is a need for the authentic sharing of feelings. But for many of you, those feelings will need to be shared with the divine, with God, whatever you call it. There may be times where you feel like you cannot share those feelings with certain people, or that there isn't the mutual exchange implied by this card when you attempt to share with others. And that's okay. They are where they are. But if there are still real things that must be expressed, they should be done to God. They should be done in whatever your form of prayer is. They should also be done astrally for those of you who know how to do that level of spiritual work. You should allow that. A lot of dream communication, that's where it should be happening right now, because there is a rebirthing that happens when you can clear It's why I think that the energy of this reading and my presentation is so naked and therefore so vulnerable for me. No armor, no beauty, nothing. Okay, my nails are chipped. I haven't done any makeup, no eyebrows. I didn't even do my hair. We want to take it all the way. I didn't even brush my teeth. I literally rolled out of bed and came here. This is it. This is me. But there's something about that truth. There's something about that kind of linearness. There's something about that pure intention that if you can show up like this to God first, you create this instant source of power. It's like almost like something goes to work for you. And you want to be able to show up like this with others. You want to be able to be like this in your life. You want to be able to get on a camera and do this if necessary. But you need to do it with God first. Because when you do, something is born in you. I feel like it's like a gift. I feel like God gifts you power. It's like you are responsible. You are judged and seen as worthy of holding this power of God. I am judged and seen as worthy of holding this message, giving this truth, because I'm willing to empty myself. You also become the conduit and the messenger and the expression of God's love with the Ace of Cups. Okay, and this is in every sense. The concept of the Ace of Cups is like the most divine expression of love, unconditional, whatever we would call it, but through everything. So it is not just sex, it is not just intimacy, it's not just exchange of emotion. It is the love that is service, it's the love that is protection, it's the love that is fighting, it's all of that. It is God showing up in your life, it's God in nature, it's God in fire, it's God everywhere. It's God in your mother, in your child. It's seeing God in all things, God pouring itself out in your life. See this? You are the mini-me of God's ultimate work, okay? This pouring that's happening in this card, this is what God wants to do over you. And when you receive that influx of God's energy, influx of spirit, you pour out. You pour out. And then you get this really beautiful card here, which is the Nine of Wands. Strength card, it's called here. It's not the strength on major arcana. For those of you who know tarot, this is different. But this is Sun and Moon in Sagittarius. And I think it's interesting because we got Moon in Sagittarius, where I was talking about how solar oriented I am right now. And it's the bringing together of both of those principles, okay? It is actually the conjoining of the divine feminine, divine masculine. It's the conjoining of spirit and logic. It's bringing both of those things together, fire and air, which you represent. It's both of those things born and crystallize into one truthful expression of self. That's what lives, that's what should sit in the gap between the karmic lesson you repeat and going on God's journey to who you truly are. And how am I just seeing now that she is actually naked, right? Absolute purity, vulnerability, open expression of self. You know, I've been saying, I think right now the zodiac signs showing most maturity are Scorpio and yourself. You are wise, we know this, and you tend to allow yourself to be authentic. You really care about the truth of something. You really care about the principle of something. But you're needing to take that energy away from externalizing, oh wow, we're already at 9 minutes. This is going to be maybe in 3 parts, but it's definitely 2 parts, okay? So if you're watching on IGTV, the second part will be up after this is uploaded. Make sure you check it out because I'm only a quarter away of the cards. There's so much more to say. I'm clearly taking my time with this message. Okay. And I lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry. I don't even remember what I was saying when I saw that the time had gone on. Sorry, spirit. It will come back to me. So the gap between that's what I was saying. You love your truth, but you need to not, you can be a bit preachy. You can be a bit like, you do also represent in the shadow element of your expression, dogma, okay? Religious institutions here, philosophy, education, teaching people things that are destructive to life itself, to God. And so what you need is to be less external in your energy, less proof, less like, oh, I need to argue this, less making a point, and more internal truth, more resting in that truth, more, like I said, the what you're helping the other zodiacs with this month is not by telling us what to do. It's not like saying, okay, express your emotions, okay, be your authentic self, okay, make sure you're observing God in everything. It's not any of that. It's doing it, it's being it. That's the lesson. So you also have the Justice card in reverse, clarified with the Ace of Pentacles. This is really good for you. The message is that through this new full moon, portal, you have been judged. God has judged you, and anything that has been ongoing in your life that has been unfair, where there's been unbalance, where things have been just wrong, there is going to be a righting of wrongs. Now, some of you, that righting of wrongs won't be an adjustment in that situation. It will be the gift of new situations, right? So let's say, I don't know why, like a lot of kind of taking partners to courts and battles over children coming up this month, in terms of the images I'm being given. So let's say, for example, you had a child with someone and you having to, take them to court for child support, or you're really battling them. The righting of that wrong may not even mean that you get the outcome that you need through the legal system. It might not be that. That's not what I'm saying to you. But with the Ace of Pentacles, the righting of that wrong could be finding individuals coming into your life who present themselves as wonderful, loving, consistent role models to your children. This could be new income streams that alleviate that pressure, even if on principle you're like, that person needs to pay. It is like you not needing that, right? You allowing that to be, you allowing them that accountability and that responsibility, but you not being dependent on it, because you're being blessed with your own tree of life, so to speak, your own forms of abundance and support. So that's just one way, one expression of it, but it is saying that God is righting some wrongs for you. So don't keep looking for them to be specifically righted in certain battles with people. I think for a lot of you, you're going to be receiving whole new starts. Now, this is beautiful because I love it when I do a reading and the sign's own energy turns up, and here you are. Knight of Wands is your card. This is you. And this is you charging forward so beautifully with like understanding, 10 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles here, Sag. This is you getting it. You get it. You get it. If you've been battling people, if you've been trying to make dead old relationships and business partnerships work, if you've just been like stuck somewhere, you get it. And then you move here with the 10 of Cups and the 9 or 8 is this 8 of Pentacles. The message is that you see where the love is, you get where the love is, and you go where the love is. And this is you moving, actually. This is not about you necessarily receiving people coming towards you. It may be that in terms of the offers of righting wrongs, but in terms of the revelations you'll have over the next months, it's not just this particular month. You are going to move out towards people. You are going to expand. You are going to explore. You're going to go towards love. And you're going to go towards love with this like high level of self-worth as well here. Knowing that you can plant and build with others. And it's just like love in all forms here, not just sexual love. But this is you moving towards people, okay? And this is also, I feel, Sag, people being receptive towards you. So if you've been, if you've been in situations where maybe you've been trying to get something right with someone, or, you've been trying to get certain business partnerships going and it's just like, not really working, that's going to shift. You're going to be able to really push yourself out there and find a warm, welcoming community for you. How interesting. I clarified most of the cards, and the one card I didn't clarify, because I didn't actually see it anymore because I had loads of cards laid on top, was the 7 of Wands here. There's still a lot of applying yourself. There's still a lot of effort here. It's been like for all the signs this month. There's like, it's not a resting period, for whatever reason, June is requiring a push. Don't give up right now, Sagittarius. If you're really lost in the gap between where you want to be, where you feel you should be spiritually, and where you are, don't give up. Keep applying yourself. You're also building muscles in the resistance of this process, right? Muscles being a metaphor here for like wisdom, resilience, patience, whatever it is. You've got Queen of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles next. You are coming out of close quarters. You know, Queen of Pentacles, very Virgo to me. You're coming out of close quarters. You've kind of had enough time, or will be having it. You will feel like you've had enough time to learn, to understand, to see what's valuable to you, and you will be joining communities with others where, so this is what all this movement is about, right? Like, you're moving and you've got 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. You're going to be joining communities with others where you can really have an exchange of love, God's love particularly, but also the exchange of wealth, of abundance, creating businesses, creating new systems, creating new structures, things that last here. Don't miss the moment though with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, because you've got the Knight, sorry, with this King in this deck, really, King of Swords. And this is like making logical decisions, making decisions with the future in mind, but also trusting your wisdom as you move forward and not weighing up too much about what you see in front of you practically, right? So this is really like all fire signs have to do this, sorry. It's like a moving on impulse. It's a moving by faith. It's doing something without knowing where it's coming from. And so there is a need to have like the wise judgment of your higher self here to be like, yeah, it's time for me to move. Yeah, I sense that it's time for me to go here. Yeah, I sense it's time for me to reach out to this person. It's doing it. It's not looking for the evidence of it. Like, oh, what's happening? What did they post on the gram? All the specifics. Don't get lost in that. Use your higher internal wisdom to sense it's time and then move. Because the moon is in reverse here, and as you come out of this Sagittarius full moon, you'll be coming out of the illusion. You'll be coming out of the darkness, this sense of what's not happening, the vagueness will be leaving, and you will be seeing as you do that the Aeon card and the Two of Cups card here, the timeless relationships, the timeless connections, the part of you that is soulful, the relationships that are your soul family, your soul vibration. You will be finding them in every form: friendships, love relationships, business partnerships, all of it, Sagittarius, all of it. And that's why Spirit's like, stop studying what you see in front of you, because with the moon card here, you can't see properly. You know, like when it's dark and there's shadows and you get jumpy, Spirit's like, oh my gosh, you're gonna stay here like juggling things, trying to figure out what things look like? No. Use your third eye, so to speak. Make the intuitive decision logically with the King of Swords, right? So it is making that leap of faith, but also bringing your logic with you. Sun and moon in Sagittarius, both intuition and logic, I said, both of them to move forward practically. As you do that, you will be taking yourself down the road out of the moon into the sun, where things will have illumination and you get those timeless soulful connections here. And also, this is also union with God itself. Like I said, a very esoteric reading. I'm going to leave it there. If you'd like a personal reading with me, NicoleBlack.com/shop. If I'm sold out, check back at the end of the month. I would love to see you at AStROMIXER on the 21st. Tickets are also on my website, link in bio. Love you, Sag. Have a good month, babies. Mwah.